All right, guys, it's October 23rd, and we are going to do another episode of the eBay review show. Let's get into it right now. We have these organized by category. We're going to start with some non-hockey guys. Check this out. Barry Sanders, 1997 EX2000 Essential Credentials, numbered out of 100. PSA 9 sells for a staggering $8,300 on Probe Scene, 11.5 Canadian. Check it out. I love those cards. I used to own an Emmett Smith, and I was watching this one out of curiosity, like I do. Next up, this one's fun. Peyton Manning, exquisite materials, game worn auto patch. Auto right on the patch right there. Only 10 copies produced. Sells at auction for $828 by my friends at MC Sports Cards. And you might remember I was watching this card on a buy it now by the consigner. I think he was asking $2,500 USD. He gets $828 for it. A big difference from the buy it now. And now look what we also have. Someone else is trying to sell one of these same cards for 2,000 USD. No buy it, no best offer, just buy it now. I can't imagine that someone's going to hit the buy it now on that after you can see what I think is a much nicer copy because the auto just sold for less than half of that. So interesting stuff. Really nice Peyton Manning right over there. We have two amazing Kobe Bryant Upper Deck Ultimate Premium patches. A 2005, that's this one right here, and a 2006. I prefer the 2006 because of the patch. You'll see in a second, but I prefer the 2005 design. You swap the patch from the next card to this one, I might have made a play. This one from 05 sells for $1,184 US, 1635 Canadian. And this one over here, look at that patch, guys. 2023 US, 2800 Canadian. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I love me some ultimate patches, as you certainly know by now. We're going to do some Connor Bedard cards now, guys, and look at this one. Slab Sharks, always bringing the heat, guys. And if you want to consign your cards with Slab Sharks, reach out to me directly, Jeremy@slabsharks.com. I can help you out and be your affiliate with Slab Sharks. Connor Bedard, PMG Green, numbered 3 of 10, raw, sells for $17,877. Call it about $13,500, $14 USD, something like that. A beautiful card. Really like this one. Staying on the theme of green, his O-Pee-Chee Platinum Emerald Surge, numbered 1 of 10, sells for $6,799 Canadian dollars. And the autographed Emerald Surge, numbered 9 of 10, sells for $14,780. Lots of green there. The PMG non-auto sells for the most, while the green Emerald Surge with the auto comes in second, followed in last place by the Emerald Surge itself. Now that's as far as the greens go. But let's look at some more Connor Bedard. We have his clear-cut Young Gun in a PSA 10, sells for $4,250. Nice to see. You know, you're seeing his regular PSA 10 Young Gun do about $850 USD. So, you know, you're getting 5 of them or so for the price of one of these. All right, let's keep on going. Here it is. 1182 Canadian on the Young Gun, the Connor Bedard Young Gun. We're going to do Young Guns now. I got some Young Guns here for you. The Bedard does 1182. It's about 850 or so Canadian. Next up is the Connor McDavid. We had 3 of them sell in the past week that I was watching at least. This one on Slab Sharks is 3,490 Canadian. The second one does 3,500 Canadian, so $10 difference. And the fourth one does 3,450. So all 3 cards selling within $50 of each other. And, you know, that's going to happen. No big deal there. But then look at this. A Sidney Crosby PSA 10 Young Gun sells for $3,700. So only a little bit more than McDavid, yet there's maybe 20% of the PSA 10 Crosbys as there are McDavids. We also have an Austin Matthews PSA 10 Young Gun sells for $1,175 Canadian. Now, this one I was watching with extra interest because at the Montreal Expo a couple weekends ago, I sold my PSA 10 Young Gun for $1,000 cash. And I knew I gave the guy a good deal, but I wanted to see how good of a deal did I give him. Well, if $1,175 Canadian on eBay is going to net you, call it, I don't know, even if it's 90, no, let's say it's 88%, you're going to get $1,034 after fees. Well, I got 1,000, so I gave up about, say, $35, but no shipping, no hassle, nice and clean. And then we have an Alex Ovechkin Young Gun PSA 10 sells for $5,000, and his Young Guns are kind of, you know, leading the pack as far as all these major Young Guns go. McDavid, Crosby, Ovechkin, Matthews, and now Bedard. All right, this is a red Outburst Young Gun, Logan Cooley. I want to see what it would do. 1,365. These are numbered out of 25. These are awesome. PSA 9 does 1,365 Canadian. Now we're going to get into a couple Future Watch autos. Now, Igor Shesterkin, PSA 10 sells for 792 Canadian. That seems light to me. It seems cheap to me when an Austin Matthews BGS 9.5 sells for $4,500, $4,500 to $792. I mean, that's like 6 times. You can get 6 of these Shesterkins for the price of one Matthews, and you're getting the PSA 10 Shesterkin versus the BGS 9.5 Matthews. That's kind of a big variance there, I would say. We also have a Nathan McKinnon PSA 10 does $2,025. I think that's light. I think his not that it's light for the card, not that it should have sold for more. I just feel like the hobby is not giving McKinnon the love he deserves, and maybe it's because of the slow start with the Avalanche, but they're going to turn that around, have no doubt. And then finally, this one. I mean, you guys, you should know I do not like this card at all. I like the Ovechkin Future Watch, but this exact copy, I highly dislike it. Look at that autograph. It's almost gone. It's a ghost of an auto. I wouldn't even pay $500 for this card. I mean, except to flip it, but to own it, like I wouldn't even pay $500 for this card, and someone paid $5,100. Why is anyone buying cards with faded autos? I guess if you get it cheap enough, if you don't care, I care, but I guess a lot of people just don't care. $5,100 on the faded auto Ovechkin Future Watch. Going to get into some platinum and PMGs now. Quinn Hughes, raw gold seismic auto, numbered out of 25, sells for $1,025. A lot of these are on Slab Sharks. Slab Sharks just getting the best cards right now, guys. $1,025 on Slab Sharks. I love this card. I'm a fan of Quinn Hughes. Here's a Yuri Slafkovsky. This is the orange checkers rookie auto out of 15. Gets $1,358 because those Montreal Canadiens fans, they just love their rookie of the year, the flavor of the month, if you want to call it that, because we'll see what this guy becomes. But it doesn't really matter. They don't care what they become. There's so much hope with the Canadiens fans and collectors. But God bless them. They love their cards. So $1,358 on the Slafkovsky auto. The Hughes gets less, $1,025, and he's a Norris Trophy winner. Slafkovsky's really done nothing. And then a Cale Makar Upper Deck Allure 1/1 Golden Treasures without an auto, as you can see, sells for $810. Nice assortment of cards here. And here's a Makar PMG employee, numbered out of 250 PSA 9, just shy of 700 Canadian, $698. I do love that card. Even though it's a big print run of 250 for a PMG, I don't love that, but it's still a nice card. And here's a Connor Zary orange checkers rookie auto, numbered out of 15 for my Calgary Flames, sells for $480. I wasn't expecting it to go that much, but he did dance around Bedard and score the overtime winner about a week ago, so I'm not too surprised. All right, guys, we're going to move into some vintage goodness now. And we're going to start with this PSA 9 OPC Mario Lemieux rookie card. Sells for $2,975. And I thought to myself, that seems low. So I went to my good friends at Card Ladder and I looked at all the sales. And here's this one right here. As we can see again back here, sells for $29.75. They showed us something for $29.79. That's just an exchange rate issue. But look at this. $1,000 lower than the same PSA 9 that sold a week ago. Not the same, but the same Lemieux in a PSA 9. Another one does $32.25, 11 days before that. $3,007, closer now to the $29.79 we just saw, and $5,000 here on Golden in September. So I asked myself, well, why is that? Well, when you look at this particular copy, it doesn't look very good to me. It's got tilt, something funky going on. Look at the border up here. It's narrower. It widens as you go down. Vice versa on the right. It's narrower. It widens as you go up. There might be some toning. This is not a nice 9, in my opinion. This is probably not a 9 anymore if you were to regrade it. In any event, it sells for $2,975. Here's the Topps PSA 10 Lemieux rookie, and this one's very nice. Look at the centering on that. $13,623. I was curious, what have they been selling for? Well, this one does 13. That's that one there. Before that, 12.5. Before that, 11.8. Before that, back in November of last year already, 14.2. These don't come up very often, PSA 10 Topps Lemieux. There's only been 4 that have sold in the last 1 year. And I sold mine. I believe this was mine here. This bottom one. I think I sold mine on Fanatics back in September, just over a year ago. I think that was my sale. So I'm liking that, considering that they've come down since then. But look, when I sold mine, the few before that were 20,000, 20,018. So you just, you can't time these things perfectly. But Needless to say, the PSA 10 sells for 13,623 Canadian. And then we're going to move into a Patrick Waugh PSA 10 O-Pee-Chee rookie, sells for 10,228. Again, I want to see, how does that compare? Well, go to Card Ladder and you can see pretty good. We're kind of right in there. If you look at all the sales in 2024, this is the oldest one. 11,040, 10.8, 10.9, 1140, 1140, 1140, the same one over and over again here, 9,700 and 10.2. So this sale that just happened a few days ago is basically right in where you'd expect it to be. Nothing crazy there. Nice to see it. Nice to see the Patrick Waugh rookie is holding steady. Here's a PSA 9 Steve Yzerman O-Pee-Chee rookie. I do love this card. Sells for 510 Canadian. I thought that was pretty good. I took a look as well. Let's see. Look at that. The best one since October 10th, which isn't only a week. These sell pretty regularly, it looks like. Population of 899. So there's no shortage of these, but 510 is right where you want it to be, right in there. Kind of the average, I would say, at a quick glimpse. So good to see. Nice card right there on the Yzerman. Next up, we've got a series of the first year and 2 years of Upper Deck game jerseys. Raymond Bourque, a PSA 9, highest graded Pop 1. So says this seller. I'm not disputing, but I haven't fact checked that. Sells for $732. Nice to see on an all white patch. I love seeing that. I have that card myself. Mine's a PSA 5, so not going to get 732. I didn't even know what grade it was, but still, great card right there. The Bourque does 732. The Medano PSA 9, highest graded Pop 1, does 719. And here's the second year. I love these second year ones too. A 3-color Brian Leach does $172. That's kind of low to me, actually. Great looking card, though. 172 on the Brian Leach. All right, next up, we have, sticking in the 90s, a 1998 Topps Finest Centurions Refractor out of 75. I love these cards. I picked up a Paul Correa PSA 9 at the Van City Card Show. Bought it from my friend Coach Co. Gave me a great deal, especially when I see this one. This raw Forsberg does 270 US, 373 Canadian. Those are worth even more than I thought they were. And then Atomic Refractor, 1998 Bowman's Best. Wendell Clark, PSA 9, numbered out of 100. The ask was $71.17 because he wore number 17. Was $71.17 or about 98 Canadian, but he accepted a best offer. The seller did and took $60 Canadian. I have converted my card ladder over to Canadian now. Has accepted $60 Canadian on this Wendell Clark. And I was watching this card, the Wendell, and I received an offer from the seller at a discount. I did not accept it, but somebody else did, and the card sold. Congratulations to the new owner. Next up, this is a card that was available on Slab Sharks. It was a client of mine that was selling it. Goes for $360 Canadian, and this is one of the first Vezina game worn memorabilia cards, and this was a redemption. This is also, I believe, one of the last licensed Vezina memorabilia pieces, because this is when In the Game was still licensed in 2003. We now have a bunch of Sidney Crosby cards we're going to look at. Patch autos. This is a 2020 SP Authentic limited material patch. I love these. I own a copy of this, so I was curious as well. Sells for $860 Canadian. These are out of 10, and I just love SP Authentic auto patches. Always do. $860 on that one. $818 on the Cup scripted swatches from 2009. Nice patch. Auto looks pretty good actually for a scripted swatch. And then this is a Upper Deck Black Star coverage relic auto gold. Numbered, it's a PSA 8. It's numbered out of 10, and it sells for $550. That's cheap to me. I think that's cheap. The autograph even got a 10. Beautiful card, but not everybody's taste. Some of these darker background cards. Here's a 2007 Cup signature patch Crosby, 3-color patch, PSA 9, sells for $1,008. The problem with this is that, this is in one of those humongous slabs back when PSA was just, not, I don't know, just a horrible slab. I definitely would get this reslab. Like, this isn't going to fit with the rest of your cards. But $1,008, I'd just crack that out and be very happy with it. It's a beautiful card, and the auto is just really nice still. Great looking card right there on the Crosby. And then we have a Austin Matthews Upper Deck the Cup NHL collection, numbered out of 5. I'm a fan of these NHL collection cards. This one does $825 on 30 bids on Slab Sharks. Not bad. Beautiful auto. Great 2-color patch. Only 5 copies. Nice Matthews card. Here's a Inked Insignias. Connor McDavid does $967 Canadian on 38 bids. These have grown on me. I know they're manufactured badges, but they're just a nice design element. $967 Canadian on the Connor McDavid there. And this one's fun. Here's a first-year cup, honorable numbers, Patrice Bergeron. Look at the patch. It's great. Look at the autograph. It's beautiful. Numbered out of 37. Seller's asking 1,800. I think I saw this card at the Montreal Expo, and I was trying to buy it off the guy. I went up several times and made him an offer, and we just couldn't get there. I think his price tag was 1,800 on the card. I think it's the same card amount. It must be located in Quebec right here. It must be the same guy. In any event, he was asking 1,800 at the Montreal Expo, and I was offering him. I'm like, man, I'd like to get it for $1,300. He's like, the best I can do is 50. And I'm like, oh, all right, okay. So I walk away. I come back, a few hours later, card's still there. I'm like, are you still firm at 15? He's like, yeah, I can't go any lower. I'm like, fine. Anyway, I see it on eBay. I'm watching the card, and I see it. Offer gets accepted. Best offer accepted. Can't wait to find out what was accepted. Well, he's asking 1,800. What did he accept? He accepted $1,500. Right, what he wanted to get. Right, exactly what he wanted to get. But when you do the math on 1,500 Canadian, and I always go times 0.87 for 13% eBay PayPal fees. So 1,500 times 0.87 is $1,305. I believe he netted exactly what I was offering him, but I understand. Hey, I do the same thing. Sometimes you just have to auction it off and see for yourself. And no harm, no foul. I'm glad he still got what I thought was fair for the card. I'm glad he didn't get less than that. Let me put you that way. That was a fun one. A beautiful Iginla card here, an exquisite autograph patch, great flame patch, numbered 1 of 10, sick auto, just so nice and blue, 586 Canadian, beautiful sale there by Slab Sharks. And we looked at a few of these last week. Patrick Waugh, honorable numbers, stick pieces, numbered out of 40, sells for $290 USD, 400 Canadian. Seems right about right to me. And another honorable numbers, but this is the Leon Draisaitl from 2019. Jersey numbered honorable numbers, no stick pieces. Those are patches, as you can see. Sells for $383 US, 530 Canadian. I just watched out of curiosity. This one's fun for me because I bought one of these at the Montreal Expo and I sold the next weekend at the Van City card show. So I want to see, did I price it right? And did I sell it for what ended up being the right price? I think I did. This seller was asking $225 US, approximately $310 Canadian. What did they accept? They accepted 140, and I think that's in Canadian dollars. I think it's in Canadian dollars. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it would be, though. In any event, I sold mine for, I think, 150 Canadian is what I got for the dual Besser JT Miller scripted swatches out of 15. Cool thing is that both these players are still with them, Vancouver Canucks. All right, next up. This patch at first really scared me. I'm like, there's no way that's real because we've seen fake patches on cup cards of, Kane and Taves back in the day that look just like this patch. They're from like a baseball hat or something. But then I realized, well, hold on a second. This is a new insert in the cup. It's called Expanded Materials. And on the back, it says here that it was worn by the player. So this could have been a hat. We don't know what it was. I don't think it's a fake patch or like an altered patch. I think it's original. I could be wrong. It might be. Someone might have tampered with this card. I'm not sure, but I thought we'd look at it anyway. We need to see more copies of this card to see what kind of patches in the rest of them. It does $265 US, 366 Canadian. Next up is a Jeremy Roenick limited logos from Upper Decks to the Cup 2015, a great design. And I love this card, guys. I'm a big Jeremy Roenick fan. He's one of my favorite players of all time. I love this patch. I love the whole color combination, guys. I love this card so much. I bought this. This is on its way to me right now. It should be here any day now. I cannot wait to get it. I'm very happy to win this card from Slab Sharks. Whoever the consigner was, let me know. I'm happy to own your old card. All right. This one has been relisted. It's just a cool card. It's a great Cale Makar Upper Deck Ultimate Jumbo patch. They were asking $690 US, 950 Canadian. It ended and it's been relisted. So we'll see what happens with it. This is awesome. Jean Beliveau, one of the greatest players of all time. And this is a game used glove card numbered out of 5, Upper Deck Ultimate, always beautiful cards. 111 US, 155 Canadian. Not bad. It's a card that if I was feeling a little frisky, I probably would have put in a bid on it, but I didn't. All right, next up, Henrik Zetterberg. So, this is interesting. I collect these cards, as I've talked about a million times by now, the cup base patch variations. The reason why I'm even looking at this one with you guys today is because the seller had an opening bid of $59.99, and they only got that opening bid. And I feel like if they would have started the bidding at $9.99 or $4.99 or 99 cents, they would have got more than that because I would have been in on the action. But I for whatever reason, I was a little hesitant to put in that first bid. I don't even know if I'm going to do the 2022 cards yet. And but somebody got it for $60 Canadian. I think that's a great price. And I think that if this seller would have started this lower, I think they would have got more money. I think there would have been more enticed bidders. Nice Mitch Marner non-autoed limited logos, does $113.50 US, $156 Canadian. I think that's light, but it's the non-auto, so it's gonna happen. And then, I love Dominic Hasek. To me, he's the greatest goalie of all time. I love SP Authentic. Marks of distinctions are awesome. This is out of 25. It's a PSA 10, and the autograph is just wonderful. Look at his auto. Just beautiful. Great image. Buffalo Sabres. That's where I want my Hasek cards. Can't always get them, but that's my favorite. Love that card. $560 Canadian. Here's another one that my client was selling on Slab Sharks, a dual Upper Deck Team Canada Master Collection, Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr auto, numbered out of 25, gets $1,424. Client was hoping for about $1,500, so this is basically right there. Must say that he was happy, and I was happy for him on that one as well. And then we have a Wayne Gretzky Enshrinements auto out of 25, sells for $1,136. And if I remember correctly, didn't we see one last week sell for a lot more? I should have checked, but a beautiful Gretzky auto, $1,136 from the new Upper Deck Cup Enshrinements. And this is fun, just a fun card here. Gretzky 2021 the Cup base card, PSA 8, nothing special, but it's number 1 of 249. Seller was asking $150 Canadian. What did they accept? Yeah, they took $120, and they were asking $150 for a Gretzky base card, but it's numbered 1 of 249, which is definitely cool. And that's it. Because that was a lot of cards. Tried to keep it as quick as I could. Sorry if I ran through them too quick. But let me know in the comments, any comments you have. What do you think of my new Jeremy Roenick? How do you like that card for me, guys? I'm so excited about it. Thanks so much. If you want to consign to Slab Sharks, let me know. Reach out to me directly. I will help guide you through the process, and I can be your main point of contact. We'll help you try to promote your cards as well. Can't wait to see everybody at the Expo, guys. With that, this episode of the eBay Weekly Review is now over.